This is a grocery store, but not just any grocery store. It is the wildly popular Trader Joe's. And if you've been on TikTok or walking in the city streets or in your friend's kitchen, you've probably noticed that Trader Joe's is everywhere. But what makes Trader Joe's so special? How does it maintain affordable prices and garner a cult-like following? I dug into it, and in this video, I'm gonna tell you what makes the Trader Joe's experience so unique, how their store economics and product offerings keeps consumers coming back time and time again, and why it's winning over Gen Z shoppers while other grocers struggle to do so. This is how Trader Joe's became America's most cultishly beloved grocery store. Okay, starting with the Trader Joe's experience. I recognize that a lot of y'all have not been since it is only present in the contiguous US, so let me paint the picture for you. Though no two Trader Joe's are exactly the same, each location is consistent with a few key things. A very friendly staff in Hawaiian shirts, hand-drawn signs with a quirky font and fun slogans, and a unique selection of creative private label items at competitive prices. Starting with the friendly staff, I just talked to 6 different Trader Joe's employees inside, each one of them nicer than the last. Summary points were that Trader Joe's is extremely picky in its hiring process to choose folks who are exceptionally nice and have a customer-first attitude. One woman even said that kindness is free. So if a customer asks them if they have any peanut butter pretzels in the back because they've run out on shelves, she'll happily just go check, and that will make the customer happy. Everyone will be kind to each other, and it just creates a positive feedback loop. Another man who's been with Trader Joe's for 17 years and who has done a lot of the hiring himself said that Trader Joe's treats its employees well, and if you have happy employees, you're a lot more likely to have happy customers. And finally, a lot of them said that the staff all just gets along with each other really well, which creates for a more fun than usual work environment. Now let's look at the fun branding. So while the fun, quirky hand lettering catches your eye at every single location, the fun part is that no two locations are exactly the same. Each location is outfitted with local art that you might find from this particular neighborhood. So right now we're in the East Village, Manhattan, New York City location, and look at this. There is this map when you first walk in the store of all these little landmarks in East Village. Specifically, they got a local illustrator, Peter Arkle, who's lived in East Village since 2002, pick and choose all these things in the neighborhood that caught his eye, and then they have the corresponding numbers of the things in East Village illustrated all throughout the store. And these are the little things that, you know, the average person might not be looking out for when they go to their grocery store, but pretty much every Trader Joe's that I know has something special like this that makes it really feel like a neighborhood grocery store. The attention to detail and customization of each location makes you feel like you're visiting a local neighborhood grocery store, not a national chain. In fact, Trader Joe's About Us page on their website opens with, Trader Joe's is a national chain of neighborhood grocery stores, and that's exactly what you feel. And finally, the crown jewel of the Trader Joe's experience, all the weird shit that they sell. And not just weird shit, but seasonal weird shit. You see, Trader Joe's is especially known for their seasonal products. Right now, it's the Super Bowl and Valentine's Day. More recently, it was Christmas items. And its fall products specifically, based off my personal experience, it is especially known for pumpkins everywhere. But truly, in addition to regular, normal staple items, their funky, creative product offering is something that gets people talking and makes them feel like they're discovering fun, new products every time they visit Trader Joe's. Cookies and cream pretzel slims, hold the cone mini ice cream cones, unsweetened almond, cashew, and macadamia nut beverage. This is literally what I use in my smoothies. Dried baby bananas, soft baked sunflower butter cookies with roasted sunflower seeds. Do I need this? No. Do I want it? And they managed to sell these staples and strange items at competitive prices. I'm also not vegan or vegetarian, but when I was doing my research for this video, I was going on subreddits, and apparently Trader Joe's really shines in the vegan and vegetarian sections. So pretty cool. Now, Trader Joe's is famous for these funky items, but they're almost as famous for discontinuing them, and I have fallen victim. You see, I got addicted to their Aussie-style cookies a couple years ago, which is their version of the popular Australian chocolate biscuit Tim Tams. And all of a sudden, one day I go to Trader Joe's to re-up on 50 packs of their chocolate biscuits, poof, nowhere to be seen. You don't think it'll happen to you, and then it does. And these days I try not to get addicted to things like chocolate biscuits. But my point is, Trader Joe's isn't just being cruel. It is all part of their business strategy. Their limited selection, their small stores, their private label, and yes, even their discontinued products. Let's dive into it. So let's talk Trader Joe's store economics, because the Hawaiian shirts and groovy signage is all fun and games until you realize that the gross revenue per square foot of Trader Joe's is over double that of its competitors. And sure, their stores are smaller, but they also carry significantly fewer products than their competitors, and it is all by design. You see, Trader Joe's deliberately maintains small storefronts at about 12,000 square feet on average, compared to traditional grocers at 45,000 square feet. These small stores, even though they can feel really tight and annoying as a shopper, not right now because I came right at opening to film this, but these smaller storefronts helps Trader Joe's enter denser urban areas with a lot of foot traffic that larger grocers cannot access. Exhibit A, even though there are only 608 Trader Joe's locations, a whopping 11 of them are within a 3-mile radius of where I live, which happens to be the most dense urban population in the entire country. And I like having 11 to choose from, I'm not gonna lie. In conjunction with targeting urban areas, Trader Joe's also deliberately targets yuppies, young professionals with high-paying jobs. And this has been the case since day one. Day one being 1967, when they opened the first store in Pasadena, California, 20 miles from where I grew up, by the way, when the founder, Joe Colomb, when he noted a rise in the number of college-educated people in the US, partly due to the GI Bill at the time, which helped to subsidize World War II veterans' education and other benefits. The bill did have its problems, but that's a very different video. But back to their products. The most fun part and a huge component of what contributes to Trader Joe's cult-like following. So Trader Joe's only carries 4,000 products, while typical grocers will usually carry 30,000 or more. One of the main famous reasons that Trader Joe's doesn't stock as many products is because it eliminates the paradox of choice, which is when we're presented with too many options, we get lost in analysis paralysis and don't end up choosing anything. There's a famous study that I first learned about in college in one of my behavioral economics classes, where for the shoppers who were offered 24 different kinds of jams, 3% of those shoppers bought a jam. For the shoppers who were offered only 6 kinds of jam, 30% of the shoppers bought one. Studies show that the sweet spot is between 3 and 7 options, so you still get a sense of variety without overwhelming the brain. And this is exactly what Trader Joe's does. See, you don't have 30 different kinds of granola here like you do in most supermarkets. I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And this one is already off the shelves, and it's early in the morning. More on that in a little bit. Now, of their smaller selection of 4,000 products, you might notice that almost all of them seem to be private label, Trader Joe's brand. 80%, in fact, are private label. I've been looking around the store to try and find the 20% of the products that are not private label, and a lot of it seems to be in the drinks sections. Obviously not private label, not private label. One of their teas, Yogi tea, the rest are private label. Here's a random one, Lundberg rice cakes. That must be a very popular type of rice cake for them to carry that. Wow, okay, after really looking around for non-private label stuff, I would say aside from this beverage category, it's higher than 80% private label. And this brings us to a big reason why TJ's is able to maintain affordable prices. Private label items helps TJ's have more control over their own supply chain. They buy directly from producers and manufacturers when they can, instead of going through a middleman that eats into the profits. And this helps Trader Joe's significantly reduce costs. It also gives them more autonomy to make weird shit and to be more nimble in their product offerings, like offering seasonal items. Trader Joe's creates a sense of FOMO, fear of missing out. If you don't get to the store in the next month to check out their fall whatever, then you'll miss out because it'll be gone. And remember my chocolate biscuits that disappeared? All part of their strategy. Kinda. You see, normal grocery stores are often paid what are called slotting fees by the manufacturers that they work with, meaning the producer of those products will pay the grocer a fee just to keep their products on the shelf, whether or not they sell, which helps financially de-risk things a bit for the grocer. Since Trader Joe's is mainly private label, they have to be absolutely ruthless with discontinuing products that don't sell well enough so they can make space on these limited shelves for items that do. And in turn, this natural selection method helps Trader Joe's maintain a well-curated selection of high-quality items at all times. Now, before discussing why Trader Joe's is winning over the Gen Z consumer segment while other grocers struggle to do so, a quick peek into Trader Joe's most popular items. So, Trader Joe's has the funniest website of all time. I don't know why I'm not surprised, but I'm not. Don't be fooled, you certainly cannot shop or order online. No, that would be so un-Trader Joe's. But they have a newsletter called the Fearless Flyer and some fun posts that I spent way too long poking through just now. Their annual Customer Choice Awards just came out. This year's overall pick was chili and lime flavored rolled corn tortilla chips. Funny enough, I see these everywhere, but I've never actually tried them. I assume they're good. And then I found this breaking news story, their product hall of fame for items that have won many times. I cannot make this up. Whoever runs this website needs a raise. So why is Trader Joe's winning over the Gen Z segment? Well, Trader Joe's targeting of yuppies in urban areas and near universities, plus that treasure hunt shopping experience makes for really great TikTok content. My research did show that Trader Joe's is certainly not the most sustainable grocery store, which is not very Gen Z of them, but just about everything else, the must-try products, the social media appeal, the quirky branding, and the affordable luxury positioning, the Trader Joe's offering aligns with Gen Z's preferences in a way that other grocers have not been able to replicate. Now, the very things that creates this cult following also creates Trader Joe's biggest challenges. The small storefronts, though intentional, do create store capacity issues. The New York City locations specifically, the ones that I have the most experience with, a lot of the times of the day, the line is wrapping around the whole entire store. And even though the line moves very, very fast, it is still not the most relaxing experience to have to push my cart between a lot of customers most of the times that I come. In fact, I have a friend who deliberately, temporarily switched from Trader Joe's to Whole Foods for a more relaxing experience because they have bigger aisles and just it's less congested. Again, I'm here at 8 a.m., so right now it looks empty. It's not empty, I'm filming among a lot of people and it's kind of awkward, but usually it's more busy. Not only do they have physical space capacity constraints, but also inventory capacity constraints. It happens a lot where I'll go shopping at Trader Joe's during peak hours, so at the end of the day when people just get off work, and they'll be out of my cottage cheese or my Greek yogurt or vanilla almond granola cereal. Which I also buy. Finally, even though Trader Joe's limited selection and private label items is a big part of what makes them popular, it also lends itself to supply chain vulnerabilities. They're dependent on a few specific manufacturers, at least in the short term, while other grocers usually work with many different manufacturers and sell a bunch of versions of the same item. So Trader Joe's can't easily switch between multiple suppliers. And this happened during COVID. TJ's had more significant shortages than other grocery stores. And more recently, they've had shortages with their frozen food suppliers, so crowd favorites like the cauliflower gnocchi have been intermittently off shelves. Although here it is right now, fully stocked, so that's good. Despite these challenges, the Trader Joe's business model is one that so many businesses look to as a blueprint of success. And it shows. Trader Joe's consistently ranks at the very top of customer satisfaction reports for grocery stores in the US. And its unique product strategy, quirky branding, and warm, welcoming Hawaiian shirt-clad staff are things that other grocers have tried their own version of with limited success. So I think it's safe to say that no long line or tight aisle, not even missing chocolate biscuits, will keep me or millions of other people from giving Trader Joe's its cult-like following. Leave a comment what business you want me to analyze next. I thought I would start with my favorite one. If you enjoyed this, please hit the thumbs up and subscribe for more videos like this one. And until next time, Turtle out. After years of heartache and pain, I stopped looking because they were discontinued, I swear. What a great end to this video. That's 4 nanners for under $1. They called them nanners. Good.